Hey y'all, it's Cooking with Bob. Welcome back to the kitchen. We got some Idaho potatoes. We're going to dice these up, fry them up, maybe a couple eggs, go with it for breakfast. Let's get cooking. We got them all diced up. Look at that. Pretty nice, fairly even. You just don't want them real big. Get that one off the stove, put back on there. We don't want that one to get away. So the key to frying potatoes, get that cast iron skillet preheated. So let's put a little flame under that skillet on the stove. So I fired that up and I'm just a smidge below medium on this stove. That's one of my newer lodges. It's starting to fill in. It's still a little rough. Hey, I like rough cast iron. It's fine. You just have to know how to cook. That's all. If you use the right techniques, that rough cast iron isn't going to bother you one iota. I like the flavor of olive oil on fried potatoes, so we'll just throw a little bit of that in there. You don't need to use a lot. It's up to you. If you like a lot, use a lot. If you don't use a lot. You just want to put some in here. That's probably plenty. I only put the salt and pepper on early in the cooking process. I don't like them crusty bits of any kind of seasoning. So let's hit these with a little salt and pepper. There's a little pepper. And just a smidge of salt. I just use these shop towels every single time. I just like to get this pan oiled around the edges, just so we don't have any problems with it sticking on the sides. Just a quick, easy way. Use the old tilt method, whatever works for you. So here's what you got to pay attention to right here. See that little bit of smoke coming up? Probably a smidge too hot. We're going to turn her down. Because you don't want to season your cast iron. You want to cook fried potatoes. I don't know. I'd say we throw these in that skillet. She's piping hot. We ought to be ready to go. Let's get after it. So let's see if I can get them in there without making a big mess like I usually do. Oh, I love the sound of that. And just smooth them out a little bit. And we'll let them start to brown. A lot of times what I'll do, I'll just drizzle a little bit more oil on the top of these. And if you want, you can always use a lid to help them cook quicker. Just throw a lid on there. That's the old Lodge lid that goes with the Lodge cast iron skillet. Now you can do that cross cut. That way you can get some nice diced onions. Did you know if you have a really sharp knife, you won't get them watery eyes? Yep, that's a trick. Because if the knife is sharp enough, then it won't squish them whatever chemicals together and make your eyes water. That's a little trick for you. Well, there, look like they self-release. Got a little bit right there. Just scrape that off. Clean as you go is what I always say. We'll let them taters go a while, and we'll put the lid back on. While them taters are going, let's get ourselves a couple eggs cracked up in this bowl. I find if you crack an egg on a surface, it usually cracks easier. But do it how you want. It doesn't matter. As long as you get it cracked and there's no eggshells in there, we're good to go. I just grabbed me another Lodge off the baker's rack. We're going to throw this one on this burner right here. Fire that one up. Now don't get her too hot. This one's going to be about medium low. Get her heated up. Nice. Preheat, always the key. It really is always the key. Preheat your pan. I always like to put a couple dabs of oil in because most of the time I don't even store my cast iron with oil on it. Yeah, can you believe that? This house is pretty dry in the wintertime, so I don't worry about it. You can see there's no oil on there. Just a couple dabs, and that makes sure nothing sticks around the edges. I'm going to fry these in butter because that's my favorite way to cook eggs. And rub it in. Just get her around there. I think it just helps it, keeps it from sticking on these edges. You don't have to wipe it out, just wipe it in. See how much prettier that is with a nice thing of oil on it. And one thing you noticed? No crud. I don't get any crud on my cast iron. I heard a bunch of sizzling over here. We might want to take a look at these taters. Oh, they're getting soft already. Every once in a while you get a couple stuck ones. That's why I like using metal. And just scrape them right off of there. It's not hurting this cast iron at all. Been doing it forever. Don't get all worried about them old cast iron things. So we're getting pretty done. These are soft, as you can see. Oh, they smell good already. Let's get that out of there. We might want to eat that later. So for that skillet with the eggs in, I don't use a lot of butter. It's just a sliver of butter. Just stick it right there in the center. Let it melt. Look at that. Oh, I got a little bigger sliver of butter for them taters, and the only reason I put it in there, I just like the flavor. We'll put them on there. Just stick it right here on the top. Let it melt in. Now you notice that butter. There's no brown. It's just all small bubbles, so it should be ready to go. New rough lodge, so it's fine. Just keep that heat down. You'll be okay. Oh, same old messy me. I had tater on the stove. Them taters look pretty good. I don't like them real crispy. I definitely don't want them burned. I don't like the flavor of anything burnt. So I'm just going to turn that down to low. We'll have them simmer there a while, and we'll be ready to eat them. Hey, I almost forgot to throw them onions in that there skillet with them taters. Let's throw them in there. Here again, we'll just do a combine. Oh, those looking mighty fine, if I do say so myself. Them onions don't take very long, so I say we fry these couple eggs up. Let's throw them in the skillet. Oh, I broke a yolk. How did I manage to do that? There's always something with these yolks. You get lucky enough you can get them fresh ones. They don't do that. Them store-bought ones, I don't know. They happen all the time. But I like them. They all eat the same. I like to pull this white stuff away just so we don't have that big clumpy piece. Just pour it away. Let it move out a little bit. Because if you burn that butter in there, just start over. Get yourself a paper towel. Damp, wipe that out, turn it down, wait a little bit to cool down, then put your butter back in. Because if that butter's burning, pan's too hot, your eggs will get crusty around these edges. And I don't like them that way. If you like them that way, cook them that way. It's all good. We're all just cast iron enthusiasts. Here's the key. As you probably know from me, just check it. If it's stuck, let it wait a little bit. It'll come loose, trust me. Hey, they're already loose. This is working out really good. Now, I'm not one of them fancy egg flippers, so I cut mine in half. See if I can get under this thing and give her a nice gentle flip. Oh, look at that. Oh, don't pay attention to that right there leaking out. Let's do this other one. Look at that. So nice and smooth. Let's give her a gentle flip. That right there's a couple of them there internet eggs everybody's posting about. Look at them beauties. I mean, these eggs are like perfect. No dirt, no crud, no nothing. Just beautiful eggs. I got me a plate. Let's get them eggs out of that skillet. See what we look like. Oh boy, look at that. Now this one ends up, it's a little bit over hard because I screwed up and busted the yolk. I'm telling you what, that's a couple pretty nice looking eggs if I say so myself. Let's throw these taters on there. We'll just get us a scoop of these and put it on there. All right, there's some good looking breakfast if I do say so myself. We got ourselves a little yolk and let's dab a couple of these taters and see what you taste like. Potatoes are soft, delicious. Just a little salt and pepper and some butter. I think we turned out pretty good for a nice breakfast. Oh, I forgot to tell you, look at this. Bob Ross, one of my favorite humans of all times. A Bob Ross cookbook. Who knew? I get a lot of comments. I got a Bob Ross vibe about cooking, and I did a little of that Google on that computer deal. Lo and behold, he had a cookbook. I ordered it. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to make some upcoming videos. We're going to try some of his recipes. It'll kind of be that Bob and Bob making some happy little food for all you people in the neighborhood. Because Fred Rogers was my other favorite all-time human being too. So I grew up close to Pittsburgh. I'm going to kind of put a spin on them and try some of his recipes. I've been reading them. They look like they're going to be pretty darn good. Hit that subscribe button and that notification so you don't miss this upcoming episodes. And as always, I appreciate you watching my cooking channel. And you all have a great day. And please keep cooking.